time for the Bear Chill 3 o'clock news on this Wednesday afternoon, October 28th, 2015. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. I hear 3 o'clock news headlines on this Wednesday afternoon here. Top story at 3 is two F-16 fighters are tracking a JLENS aerostat that somehow became free from its severed at a facility in Maryland. Republican leaders are pushing the House floor vote on their budget package on Wednesday after making last-minute changes to the bill to quell discontent over its cost. A South Carolina police officer was fired Wednesday after videos emerged showing him yanking a high school student out of her chair and throwing her across a classroom earlier in the week, officials announced at a noon news conference. Tensions between Ben Carson and Donald Trump will be on full display Wednesday at the third GOP presidential debate when issues like the economy, jobs, and tax will be the center of attention. Chicago, former U.S. House Speaker Dennis Sasser pleaded guilty Wednesday to making dozens of legally structured bank withdrawals as part of an effort to pay the hush money to someone from his past for decades-old misconduct. Kansas City, Missouri. A few days before the Sears trade deadline, the Kansas City Royals had a 7.5-game lead in the American League Central Division. London, Iran has accepted an invitation to join talks with the United States and Russia this week on possible political resolution of the Syrian civil war. State news media reported on Wednesday. Washington, the U.S. naval challenge to China's territorial assertiveness in the South China Sea this week came after months of frustration within the Pentagon at what some defense officials saw as unnecessary delays to the White House and the State Department. Austria, a strong critic of fences built cooked with Europe's migrant influx on Wednesday, announced that this joined other nations that have already erected border barriers on or planning to do so. Cameroon was once Central Africa's oasis of peace and stability, but since 2012 it has faced terrorist attacks, abductions, kidnappings, and incursions largely initiated by Boko Haram, an Islamic extremist group based in Nigeria. Boston, the decision to close two reports of abuse and neglect in the bail bond case was premature, according to a report released Wednesday. Presidential debates are inflection points. They give the political world a chance to catch a breath, sort of, and figure out where we have been and where the race is going. A man who allegedly beheaded his co-worker at a food process plant in Moore, Oklahoma, in the last year has been deemed fit to stand trial by a judge who had heard opposing testimony from psychologists. For the first time in 25 years, America's 4th and 8th graders are doing worse in math, at least according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress. Washington, U.S. Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged on Wednesday and in a direct reference to its next meeting put a December rate firmly in play. IBM will acquire the Weather Channel and other digital assets from whatever company for its new Watson IoT unit and Watson IoT cloud platform and announced Wednesday. Activist investor Khalid Khan said he owns a large stake in American International Group Incorporated and urged to ensure its spin-off. Starwood Hotels and Resorts Worldwide, the largest company that hired an advisor earlier this year to help explore strategic options as a new suitor. Okay, take a look at stock market report here. Down, up 6.97 points, closed at 17,647.40. SP 511.42 points, closed at 2,077.31. And Nasdaq up 26.38 to close at 5,056.52. Berlin. Scientists are saying that they had detected significant amounts of molecular oxygen coming out of a common and unexpected find that may have been creations for the search for alien life and understand how the solar system has been formed. It may seem to say that Star Trek, but it's real. Scientists have created a sonar tractor beam that can push a bird object that levitates in the air. A group of young stars has been caught loitering near the center of the Milky Way galaxy, a region previously thought to be dominated by a more mature population. A British pleistocene landscape during an interglacial with cave flying straight tusk elephants, narrow-nosed rhinoceros, steepy bass, and earthworms, and hippopotamus. Chicago for the first time. Tuberculosis infections rivaled HIV/AIDS as leading cause of death from infectious disease. The World Health Organization has issued a report released on Wednesday. While the study is very preliminary because of the small size, it has important implications on how we think of all the ills of sugars. As cutting sugar from kids' diets appears to have a beneficial effect in just 10 days. Wednesday, in its first of this kind look at electronic cigarettes, a New York government study reports that nearly 30% of American adults have tried e-cigarettes at least once and almost 4% use them. And take a look at New England Insular's here at 304. In Lowell, Massachusetts, a railroad 154 Fletcher Street in front of Leonard election report of a single vehicle rollover, companies responded. A Providence went out on Glenbridge at Menton motor accident reported as a car versus a pole. Lowell, Massachusetts, Lowell Fire and Trinity EMS responded in MVA at the end of the Lowell connector. Lowell, Massachusetts, motor accident across the street of Princeton Boulevard. Here, two vehicle crashes, one injury, companies on the scene. Here, Channel News Time, 3:05. Time for a sports report here. The Boston Celtics will open up the regular season against the Philadelphia 76ers at the TD Garden game time, 7:30 p.m. And New England Revolution will be taking on the DC United in the playoff game at 7:30 p.m. down in Washington. Here, Anthony Davis got a phone call from his agent because the early stage of the New Orleans Pelicans preseason as Davis was league's block shot leader for 2 years running and appeared in 2 games and blocked only 2 shots, a cause for concern. Minnesota's facing a coaching search that certainly did not want as Drake Hill stepped down Wednesday because of continuing issues with his epilepsy after rebuilding the failing program to a solid, if not spectacular, winner. Gavin Muguruza with us all smiles after beating Angelique Kerber in the round-robin match at the WTA Finals on Wednesday after breakout 2015. She hopes to maintain her momentum this next season. Boston, there's an interesting dynamic headed into the latest Celtics season as most people think the season will be fairly decent with a random 500 mark and safely into the lower end of the postseason for the second straight season. Here, Channel News Time, 3:06 on this Wednesday afternoon. Here, going into Wednesday evening here, 10:30 out. Traffic report here. Time for a Trevor report here, and 295 and a step. Round the northbound sides are looking good here. 95 and the southbound sides left of Route 295 in Warwick here. And then it breaks again after Route 4 in North Kingstown here. 95 on the northbound side, it is off of Route 37 in Warwick all the way out to downtown Providence here. 146 on the southbound sides left of Route 15 in Providence all the way out to downtown Providence here. 95 on the southbound side, so protect it to the downtown Providence here. 195 on the westbound side is Sulphur Fall River here. 24 on the northbound side, slope for Route 195 in Fall River here. Route 3 in southbound side, slope for the Marshfield stretch. And then it's also slope from 18 Weymouth all the way out to 220 in Rockland here. 129 on both ends, it's slope from 24 in Randolph all the way out to the Braintree split here. Southfield Expressway on the southbound side, slope from the Pack down to the Braintree split. Northbound side, slope from the Braintree split to Dorchester doing an accident here on the Southfield Expressway on the northbound side here. After Adams Street here, so expecting delays here. Chippenham Tunnel in downtown Boston moving on slow on both ends here. Mass parking on the westbound side. Logan Airport all the way out to Southeast Expressway here. 120 on the northbound side. It's so from Great Plain Avenue all the way out to Route 20 Waltham here. 128 on the northbound side. So from Route 38 in Warburton all the way out to Route 28 in Reading here. 120 on the southbound side. So from the Linfield stretch. 120 on the southbound side. It's so from Route 3 in Burlington all the way down to Route 9 in Wellesley here. Mass parking in the Mass parking when they get an accident around Route 120 in Western Soak Special delays here. Mass parking on the westbound side, a little so for the Newton corner here. 290 on the westbound side, so from Route 70 all the way out to Route 9 in Worcester here. So expect some delays here. 93 on the northbound side, it is slow from the Zakin Bridge all the way to Medford here. Southwest Expressway southbound side, it is 93 on the southbound side, it is slow from Somerville all the way up to the Zakin Bridge. 93 on the northbound side, it is slow from 99 all the way up into Medford here. 495 on the southbound side, it's slow from Westford all the way out to Route 2 in Littleton here. 93 on the northbound side, also around Route 110 in Lawrence here. 495 on the northbound side, from Route 38 to Route 3 in Tewksbury Lowell section here. Up in New Hampshire here. It's looking good in the Granite State, and up in the main turnpike, looking good from York to Augusta via Potton here. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in the T. Subway system looking good. Commuter rail. Providence Total Line train 8:18, 1:10 p.m. from Wickford Junction is currently on move out of Wickford operating 40 to 45 minutes late here, and Thursday are looking good. Peter Channel News on 309, time now for weather report here, and we have a wind advisory in effect from tonight at 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. and we shall stay out time tomorrow morning for eastern Massachusetts, including Cape Cod and the Islands, as well as Rhode Island here. Winds up 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles an hour here. Time and strongest winds will affect south coastal areas late today, this evening, then push into east coast Massachusetts and Cape Cod by midnight. Brief period of strongly damaging wind gusts also possible toward daybreak if a line of heavy shots of thunderstorms develop here. The strong winds will be capable of around some small tree limbs and branches, possibly causing isolated power outage. Driving may become difficult, especially in high-profile vehicles. Here. And wind advisory this show when sustained winds are forecast to be 31 to 39 miles per hour, or gusts will range between 46 and 57 miles per hour. Winds are strong, capable of down some small tree limbs and branches, possibly causing some isolated power outages, and driving can be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Here. And day 1 today, tonight, wind advisory. And day 2 for 7, Thursday for Tuesday, wind advisory. Here. And let's look at the radar. It shows lines of heavy rain coming to much of Boston vicinity and all of southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod Downs and all of Rhode Island and all of Connecticut, and then stretching down for central and western Massachusetts up to Vermont and west central and central portions of New Hampshire and up to Vermont and eastern portions of New York and Atlantic rain showers coming around Long Island and then down for New York City vicinity here. Okay, 7-day forecast. Go like this here. For tonight, it's gonna go like this here. Rain with thunderstorms also possible at 2 a.m. Petrified between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Temperature around 66 degrees by 5 a.m. Breezy with a south wind about 18 to 21 miles gust high as 39 miles an hour. Just basis 100% new rain for miles between 1 and 2 inches possible. Thursday, showers possibly a thunderstorm before 1 p.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Petrified before 9 a.m. High near 32 degrees. Southwest wind about 10 to 14 miles gust high as 29 miles an hour. Just basis 8% new principal miles between and 10 coordinate checks on how much possible thunderstorms here. There's that forecast got about 41 degrees. West rock out at 14 miles of gust high is 34 miles an hour here. Friday, most sides got about 57 degrees and west about 11 miles of gust high is 25 miles an hour here. Friday night, most gusts got about 30 degrees. Saturday got about 52 degrees. Saturday night, most gusts got about 36 degrees. Sunday, parts of the podcast got about 59 to about 40 degrees. Monday, most of the podcast got about 61 to about 41 degrees. Tuesday, most sides got about 63 degrees. Currently, the alternate is 56 degrees, humidity 4%, and it's light rain. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel. 3 o'clock news on this October 28th, 2015 here on a Wednesday. POC, have a good evening and goodbye day to see you 11 o'clock for the late night report.